Hello everybody, this is JP Panther 256. I'm here to talk about Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, and I just want to share my thoughts and opinion with you guys and talk about how I feel about the new Star Wars movie and the rumors and things like that. And let's get into the topic. The topic right now is Star Wars Episode 9 might not do as well what people are projecting. And here's why: is that you had The Force Awakens that came out. It was the first Star Wars movie in like 10 years. Besides Revenge of the Sith, you had like Clone Wars and Rebels and things like that. And you had some of the comics in the movie, like some of the comics in the books and graphic novels and things like that. But it really was like the first Star Wars movie in like 10 years, so that's why it made a bunch of money. That's why it made like $2 billion. Rogue One was a spin-off, but it was literally a hashtag of things we already know about, the Death Star and things like that. Then you had The Last Jedi, which really divided the fan base. It was pretty much, a political message, girl power, feminist type film. And let's just keep it 100. And the movie, I was not a fan of the movie like that. I'm just like, you guys killed everybody off and just pumping up Rey as this end-all, be-all, and you don't even give you any context or backstory behind her. Like her parents are nobodies and things like that. Kylo Ren, to me, is a terrible... He's supposed to be like the Disney's Darth Vader, and I feel like he's been really bad, in my perspective. If he's your answer toward Darth Vader, he's pretty bad. And you killed off Luke, you just killed everybody off. So that's why the fan base is all messed up right now. Then you had Han Solo, which flopped last year, and they spent like $300 million or something like that. I was watching the NBA playoffs and the finals, and they were really pushing that movie heavily, Han Solo. So it's like you could tell they lost money on it. And it's been a year since a Star Wars movie's been out, even though it was like a spin-off, a side story, and things like that. And I just feel like the hype isn't there like that. Like, you would think that this is the last Star Wars movie in the trilogy, right? And to me, it's like, it's not getting me hyped. Like, when I saw Avengers Endgame as the final trilogy, I was getting hyped. It felt like, you were really, your heart was racing. You were ready to go to war. Star Wars Episode 9, I'm just kind of like... I'll see it. I have very low expectations. Like, if the movie does well, if it's good, it's good. And I'm just like, I'll see it probably with my family and things like that on Christmas. But I'm not rushing to the theaters and see it. I'm not going on preview night or opening weekend like that. I'll see it whenever I see it. That's just what it is. And with Star Wars is that you could tell that they're really trying hard to get the original fan base back. Because, they killed everyone off with the Last Jedi, and they divided the fan base and have them kill each other, and the internet and things like that, and how you have half of the fan base hates it, half of the fan base loves it, and they're trying to reunite both fan bases and make them happy. And it was all these rumors about I think they're gonna bring back Darth Vader and Palpatine and things like that. And if you look at the new poster, they have Palpatine in the background, and Rey and Kylo are fighting on a planet. A lot of it feels like it's rehashed. Like it feels like Revenge of the Sith. It feels like Return of the Jedi, kind of, where it's like, okay, Luke and Darth Vader fought. If like Luke and Darth Vader fought, then you have Boba Fett and Anakin Skywalker fighting on the fire mountain, fire planet, things like that. Where in a new trailer, it's Kylo and Rey fighting in a planet full of water. So it just feels like this the hashtag rehash that's we already saw. And the problem is that I just feel like it's not going to do as successful. I think it will make money. I just don't think it will surpass The Force Awakens, and it won't surpass The Last Jedi, because it's not a lot of buzz. If you have to kind of make up all these rumors and trying to get everybody together to make people excited, and if you look at like the trailer views, like YouTube is a good estimation of how people are anticipating a movie or anticipating like just a TV show, whatever. The Rise of Skywalker came out like 2 days before Joker, and The Rise of Skywalker, the special look, has like 18 million people looking, where the Joker movie has 28 million. So a DC rated R movie is doing better than the last Star Wars episode trilogy. And this is supposed to be like their Avengers Endgame. And in my personal opinion, I felt like Star Wars ended years ago. If you guys want to be 100, if you want to keep it 100%, because after Return of the Jedi, the trilogy is pretty much over. I felt like George Lucas should have just kept it at the original trilogy, and that's just really it. Then he did the prequels, and people hated the prequels, and now people love the prequels now because they hate the new Star Wars Disney trilogy. And then now you have the prequel fan base, and you have the original trilogy fan base teaming up to get rid of the Disney movies. It's kind of funny how things turn around. It's just hilarious. So in my perspective, I just don't feel like The Rise of Skywalker is gonna do what everybody. I don't think it's gonna make a lot of money. I just don't feel like it's gonna make as much money as what Disney and everybody's predicting. I think it will make money. It'll be profitable. And the thing is, it's coming out on Christmas, and you still got other movies to work. You know what I mean? You still got Jumanji. You still got other movies coming out. And with Star Wars right now, it's just not. It's not resonating with the new generation. It's not resonating with the culture. And I think another problem with Star Wars is that it came out. If you want to keep it 100 about Star Wars came out like before I was born. I'm a 90s baby. So it came out in the late 70s, early 80s. And you got to realize is that, you didn't have social media and things like that. And when it came out in the movie theaters, it was only in American movie theaters. Like overseas and like internationally and like China and all these other big international markets, they never saw the original trilogy, so it doesn't resonate with them. They might have seen the prequels, but again, it still doesn't really resonate with them. And I feel like Star Wars as a movie franchise, it's an American domestic franchise. Where like if you look at the MCU, it's more of a global, international, you have the hero goes through some hardships and rise up and they beat the villain. That's an easy 1-2 step, elementary concept. It's very easy to figure out. With Star Wars has a lot more dialogue, it has a lot more politics and things like that. So you have to really, really pay attention. You can't just go in there and turn your brain off. Where Marvel and all these other comic book movies, you could just turn your brain off and just go in there, eat your popcorn, and not really miss anything. So that's, I think, another reason why Star Wars is kind of struggling, because it's just not resonating with the new generation. It's not resonating with the culture as well. It just doesn't feel like it. And the problem is that, you have, okay, Luke, I am your father and things like that. But again, that's like 30, 40 years old. You need something to really get people more excited. And I heard that they're bringing back the two actors from the original prequel trilogy. The dude who plays Palpatine and Anakin Skywalker from like the early 2000s and things like that. So I guess they're trying their best to get the old school actors. They're trying to get the fan base super happy so they won't get pissed off and angry and things like that. And you could tell that Disney and Lucasfilm is doing everything they can, and Kathleen Kennedy, to make sure that everybody is coming together and being united. And J.J. Abrams, I feel like he just has to fix all the mistakes that Rian Johnson did with The Last Jedi, even though he says that none of the stuff that happened in The Last Jedi affect Episode 9. I'm calling him out, and I'm saying that he's full of crap. Because if it didn't, you wouldn't have all this crazy backlash, and you wouldn't have to make people care about Star Wars like that. And to be honest with you, The Mandalorian looks more interesting than the Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker is kind of like, we know what's going to happen. We're going to find out Rey's parents, or we're going to find out that she's a Mary Sue, and, Super Mary Sue. And we're going to find out that she is either related to Palpatine or she's related to some other Skywalker. And that's pretty much going to be the movie. I mean, I guess it's like you only have like two. I think the movie's supposed to be like 3 hours. And there's rumors that they want to go back in time and time travel. They want to pull in Avengers and mess up the whole entire plot and things like that. I just feel like the way it seems like, it just seems like Disney and Lucasfilm, they're desperate to get the fan base back. And that's just how I truly feel. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I know this video is a little long, and I just have to get it out of my mind because it was just in my thoughts and things like that, and I just want to share with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. Rate, like, video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. And peace, and have a great day.